Oh, get your tinfoil hats ready for this one because this is going to be a doozy. Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope you all had a wonderful week. Hope everybody is feeling good. Fall is almost here, y'all. I don't care about the date. It's football season is upon us. The air is cooling down. It is time to bust out your wreaths to the front door. That's just how I'm feeling. So in today's video, oh my gosh, my Patreons were asking me to look into this, and I looked into this case and I saw one storyline and I was like, whoa, that is a lot. But recently the stuff that has come out about this situation, it is completely took a totally left turn and another right turn and another left turn, and I don't know what's actually going on here. So make sure y'all stay all the way to the end of this video because it's going to be a wild ride. Before we get into it though, I did want to let you guys know, if you don't already know, hi, my name is Christina. I do have a second channel, which is Casually Christina. We just do things way more casually over there. I also have a Patreon. My Patreon's for 18 and up. And over there, we talk about more personal stuff. We go live over there. There is a $2 tier for all the true crime stuff that cannot go onto YouTube due to their terms and policies. That goes over on my Patreon under the $2 tier. Just make sure you read the full about section and what each tier offers before you join. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Like to Know It. And Like to Know It is a platform where you can find links to a lot of things that you guys ask me about that I use, that I love. Everything from makeup, mascara, these earrings, this top, this chair, all kinds of stuff. Cooking utensils. If you need inspo for Christmas gifts, you can check out my Like to Know It. And all of those platforms are linked down in the description box if you would like to come and check me out. Before we go any further, I did want to stop and thank today's sponsor, HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that delivers fresh and quality ingredients from the farm to your front door in less than a week. HelloFresh is America's #1 choice for home cooking, and they just doubled the size of their menu, offering over 100 recipes every week. Bigger portions, twice as many healthy options, and over 15 high-protein recipes each week. School season is back in full effect, and most of us have a lot of things on our mind, and what we're going to cook for dinner each night is not exactly at the top of the priority list. That's why I love HelloFresh, because it helps me stay creative and cooking at home with fresh ingredients. On this day, I made these cheesy spinach and mushroom strombolis with marinara sauce, and wow, they were so delicious. Each serving had just 550 calories with 25 grams of protein. And HelloFresh has dozens of recipes that take as little as just 15 to 20 minutes. And they also have over 10 ready-made meals that you can just pop in the microwave and are ready to eat in just 3 minutes. Perfect for the nights that you need to hit the easy button. And if you dread going into busy grocery stores, HelloFresh has you covered because you can get all of the ingredients shipped right to your door. And it also helps cut down food waste by 25% by only sending you the ingredients that you actually need. So what are you waiting for? Take advantage of HelloFresh by using my code ChristinaRandallFM at HelloFresh.com for 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. Yes, that's 1 free meal per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as a discount on your first box. New or returning subscribers only, and it does vary by plan. Yes, all you got to do is go to HelloFresh.com, use my code ChristinaRandallFM, and you can save today. Thanks again, HelloFresh. Okay, so real quick, let me tell y'all the format of this video so you understand. First of all, I'm not a professional. I pull all of my information from very public news sources that is already out there, filter it through my own words and opinions, and put the video out for you guys. Please go and do your own research and form your own opinions because everything in this video is alleged. I'm going to tell y'all the story about this in the beginning, like what we know so far. At the end is when it's going to take this sharp turn. So again, make sure you stay to the end. 38-year-old Courtney and two of her children, 15-year-old Braden and 20-year-old Adriana, they all live together in Tiptonville, Tennessee. Tiptonville is a small town in Lake County. It's about 3 hours west of Nashville, and it has a population of about 4,000 people. Tiptonville is best known as the getaway to Reelfoot Lake, which is this natural lake that's formed by earthquakes. Super cool. Now, Adriana, who is Courtney's daughter again, her partner was 21-year-old Matthew, and together they had a 7-month-old daughter that lived with them as well. The mother, Courtney, was born on November 25th of 1986 and was raised in Dyersburg before she moved to Tiptonville. Now, Courtney's friends and family say that she was a very devoted mother and that her greatest joy in life was her children. They say that she had a remarkable ability to light up a room with her infectious laughter and beautiful smile, and she poured life and energy into her family and genuinely cherished every moment that she had with them. Courtney's daughter, Adriana, was born on January 2nd of 2005 in Dyersburg, just like her mother. Now, friends and family say that she was very bright, she was very loving, and she was also a devoted mother to her now 7-month-old daughter, and she absolutely adored her with her whole heart. Adriana was also known for her compassionate spirit, her deep love for her family, and the way that she cared for everyone around her. Braden, Courtney's son and Adriana's little brother, was born on September 23rd of 2009, also in Dyersburg, and friends and family say that he was a vibrant young soul who had a passion for motorcycles and he loved gaming. They say that he brought energy and laughter to everybody around him that knew him, and that he shared a special bond with his siblings and family. Matthew, Adriana's partner and father of their daughter, was born on July 2nd of 2004 to his parents, Kimberly and Matt Wilson. His friends and family say that he was a devoted young father that would do anything to take care of his child and family. He was quick-witted and he had an infectious smile, and they say that he was always there to offer a helping hand or a shoulder to lean on. So now let's talk about Austin Drummond. We'll talk more about Austin's background later on in this video, but it has come out that Austin was dating Courtney's sister, so that's how he knew this family. Now, according to a post on Facebook, the family said that Austin has been nothing short of amazing to them until now. On July 29th of this year, 2025, the Dyer County Sheriff's Office received a call regarding a concerning incident in the Tigrit area. The caller said that they saw this white vehicle pull up to a yard, drop a baby off, and just completely speed away. So these neighbors are out there, this car pulls up in a carrier seat and just drops off this little one and then just leaves. When the officers arrived to the scene, this is where they found a 7-month-old little girl in the car seat in a stranger's front yard. After being evaluated, they determined that she was completely healthy, but they did not know who she belonged to or if she had just been abandoned. But after posting on social media and doing some investigation, officers were able to track down her family. Her parents were Adriana and Matthew. Their home was about 40 miles away from where she was dropped off at or seemingly abandoned. Sadly, though, when the officers arrived at the family's home, they did not find what they thought they were going to find. Later on, officers discovered 4 bodies. Each of them had been and were lying along a road. Now, originally, when I was researching this, it made it seem like the family was found maybe out in front of their house on the road or a road. But recently, a reporter has come out and has actually shown a video of the road, and it almost looked like they were in this wooded area. Now, I don't know what the surrounding area looks like, but I'm just going to put the video over me speaking right here. This is around the area where the 4 of them were found laying. And it was Matthew, Adriana, Courtney, and Brandon. Now, officers allegedly quickly put 2 and 2 together, and they immediately set their sight on Austin. Now, like I said earlier, Austin was dating Courtney's sister. This was the aunt of Adriana, and her name is Caitlin. Now, they did not believe that this was like some random act of violence. They believed that this was personal, but the officers did not say very much more about Austin's motive or his connection. But then it started being reported that Caitlin had apparently been a correctional officer at the prison that Austin was in. Now, you may be wondering, why was Austin in prison? Well, growing up, Austin got into a lot of trouble. He was in and out of juvenile facilities. He reportedly got expelled from his high school, and he had several arrests as a juvenile. But he didn't get charged as an adult until back in 2013. When Austin was 16, he robbed a Circle K with a fire. And you guys, he goes into this Circle K with this, points it at the person standing by the thing to get the money, and he got $45. He took the cash and ran off. Now, once he got caught and went to trial, he was convicted and sentenced to 10 years in prison, y'all. $45. Can you imagine? However, after his trial, he was heard on a recorded jail call with his father threatening the jurors, so an additional 3 years ended up being added to his sentence. Now, Austin went up for parole back in 2020, but the DA's office strongly opposed paroling him. Remember that I said that. So he goes up for parole, and the DA steps in and goes, nope, he should not get out. In a letter that they wrote to the parole board, they called Austin a dangerous felony offender. So Austin was not paroled, and he ended up serving a total of 11 years before being released in September of last year, 2024. But after he was released, he was immediately charged with a substance charge and an attempted charge from an alleged act that he committed while he was still incarcerated. Now, I need to say that again so you're understanding this. He spent time in prison, 11 years in prison. Okay, now, and I'm going to pop up some photos here of him in prison. If you see this photo here with all this commissary behind him, this to me, as soon as I saw this, I said, oh, this guy was running a prison store. This is not food, in my opinion, my unprofessional opinion. This is not food he was eating. He was running a prison store, which tells me he had connections in there, and he was actually probably somebody while he was in there. He was making himself really at home, okay? There's also pictures that he posted online of him having pizzas in there and also having liquor in there, which also tells me he had connections while he was in there. And he was even sharing pictures and videos on social media while he was in prison, showing all these like cell phones. He had a gaming system while he was in there. He had TV streaming devices and all kind of stuff. Now bring it back to the girlfriend who was a correctional officer at the prisons. I don't know if this is for sure true because I do not know these people, but if you're kind of connecting the dots here, I don't know. He had connections while he was in prison, and he was somebody behind those gates. Nevertheless, he gets out of prison, and then the DA charges him for charges of things that he did while he was in there. So already it's like, well, why didn't you charge him while he was in there? That's usually what people do. They waited until he got out for some reason. Remember that. Now, it has been reported that while Austin was in prison, he racked up over 25 disciplinary actions, which, I mean, looking at this photo right here with the alcohol, surprised it was only 25. It's also been reported that Austin Drummond is affiliated with the Vice Lords gang. Now, Austin gets out of prison after doing the 11 years, the 25 different disciplinary things and the attempted, and the contraband and all that stuff while he was in prison. He gets out, he gets arrested for stuff that he did while he was in prison, and then he makes bail and he gets put out on bond for these new charges. So as people could imagine, when the family, the 4 people were found no longer living on the side of that road, and the 7-month-old was dropped off in a yard and a white car sped away. When the police said they put 2 and 2 together, this guy with this background and also out on bond for attempted, they said, okay, he's the guy. They need to find him as soon as possible. So a manhunt started. Austin was added to the TBI's most wanted list, and a reward of $32,500 was being offered for any information leading to Austin's arrest. On August 1st of again this year, 2025, investigators still hadn't captured Austin, but they did find some of the cars that they believe that Austin had been driving. A white Audi and an older Ford pickup truck. They were even tracking Austin's cell phone activity. They were getting closer and closer to finding him. Meanwhile, investigators ended up arresting 3 people for allegedly helping Austin after the fact. 29-year-old Tanika Brown, 29-year-old Javante Thomas, and 23-year-old Daria Sanders. They all ended up being charged with accessory after the fact, and Tanika was also charged with evidence tampering, which, and by the way, at this point I'm already going, why would they help him do this to his girlfriend, who was probably a prison guard and helped him the whole time he was in prison, and maybe even helped some of them, who knows, and then he goes and ends her sister's life along with her children and her grandchild and left them on the side of the road and then dropped a 7-month-old off in a random neighborhood. Why are these people helping him? Seems really strange. However, the investigators haven't said specifically what these 3 did to even help Austin. Then, on August 3rd, Austin was spotted on a resident's security camera system in Jackson wearing a camo and carrying a The next day, Union University and Jackson Christian School went on complete lockdown as authorities searched a wooded area that was nearby. It really felt like they were getting closer and closer to finding Austin at this point. Then the very next day, on August 5th, calls from people that were saying that they had actually seen Austin started coming in at around 8 a.m. and then also at 8:57 a.m. The 8 a.m. call was from a caretaker who came across Austin hiding in a vacant pool house outside of a home. Now, this wasn't just any old pool house. I mean, this pool house was really nice. This was like an actual house. I mean, it had a big screen TV in it, plenty of room for Austin to get comfortable, and even some portable fans were set up inside, and Austin had made a bed out of a couch cushions, and he had been like sleeping on the floor in the closet, and Austin had seemingly spent the previous night there. The caretaker said that he saw Austin come out of the pool house, so he hit the ground, scrambled, and took off running after Austin pointed either a rifle or a right at him. So you can imagine this caretaker, he's just coming out, gonna do something on the property, and here comes this guy out of the pool house and points this right at him, and he hit the ground and shuffled away. The other caller, Ricardo, who was a maintenance worker, was out working with his crew in Jackson when he saw a man moving through the woods. Now, he said at first, him and his crew thought that it was a deer, but they quickly realized that it was a person. He couldn't be sure that it was Austin Drummond, but he thought, who else could it be out here running around in the woods like that? So he called 911. By 9:05 a.m., Austin was captured. They didn't waste any time, and he was arrested. He had been charged with 4 counts of first degree, 1 count of aggravated kidnapping, and 4 counts of possession of a firearm. Austin went in and he pled not guilty. Now, during Austin's first appearance in court, the state announced that they would be seeking the DP.
General, does the state wish to be heard on bond at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, at this time, the state intends to seek the death penalty. This is a capital case. We're asking that he be held without bond. In addition to that, he has a bond out of circuit court. We have filed motions to revoke those bonds that will be heard later in the month of August in circuit court.
Then on August 14th, Austin made his second appearance in court. And this is when he made a request to the judge that the judge would remove a protection order so he could speak with his girlfriend. And mind you, again, the girlfriend, who is the ex-prison guard or correctional officer, was sisters with the one that was found deceased along with her children, and then her grandchild was left, as well as her granddaughter's father. So the 4 people, right? However, the judge would not lift it.
Well, without having heard any testimony or any proof, or having heard from that family member themselves, I don't feel comfortable amending any restraining order without there being some type of proof or some type of testimony to show that I should do that. So I'm going to continue to have the restraining order remain in place, and that will include all family members until further hearings at that time.
Yes,
So
sir.
we'll continue for that purpose then. Okay?
Now, as of now, Austin's next court appearance is set for September 4th. However, as of August 21st, more information has come out. And holy moly. At first, when I was researching this and got into this, it was reminding me of an old case. And I'm like, how did this woman get into this? Like, obviously, he wasn't in prison pretending like he was doing the right thing. He was still in there cutting up and doing whatever. Some people could say he was just surviving in there, you know, whatever, eating his pizza, drinking his drinks, whatever. But he also got into a fight with some sort of weapon that he got this new charge with, And I'm like, oh my gosh. Until recently, Austin has since come out and said that he's being set up. He said that when he got out of prison, he was approached by the DA. Mind you, remember earlier that I told y'all that the DA is the one that wrote a letter and said, do not let him out of prison on parole. Well, he gets out of prison and he gets rearrested for the charges that he committed while he was in prison. So you're already thinking, okay, why didn't they just arrest him for that stuff while he was in prison? Then he would go through that stuff. He'd probably never get out. Well, they let him get out. Then they rearrest him. And the DA allegedly, according to Austin, comes to him and says, we want to cut you a deal. We want you to work for us as an FBI informant and help us find substance sellers, because they knew that he was involved with that like gang, right? We want you to help us find dirty cops and all kinds of stuff. So he's like, listen, I've been working as an FBI informant since they rearrested me because they were cutting me a deal. And now the family, he said, why would I hurt them? And mind you, it has since come out that his girlfriend, again, the correctional officer and the sister of the one that was found with her family deceased, is pregnant. So she's getting ready to have his baby. Now I want to bring you back to the family statement that was made on Facebook after this. They said clearly that this completely blindsided them, that he was very good to the whole entire family, to all the kids, to everybody. They have no idea why he would just haul off and end the lives of 4 people and then drop the little one off, the 7-month-old, in a parking lot. But again, bringing it back, he's saying, listen, yes, I ran from the police. That's what I should not have done. But I knew I was being set up because I've been working as an FBI informant. So things got really weird really quickly. Now, what I want to say is, I don't know if Austin did this or not. I know that he is on security camera carrying a weapon, a similar weapon to what ended the lives of the 4 people who were found. Okay, so, and we do know he's got a pretty serious criminal background and he could have done this. But also on the flip side, there's a lot of questions. The only things that we know so far, and no arrest affidavit has been released, no discovery or anything like that, and I do hope that it is released, but is that when they found the 4 people, they immediately put 2 and 2 together and said that it was Austin. Why would you think it was the sister's boyfriend, and why? What would his motive be? Now, the officers have allegedly come out and said they know what his motive is, but we don't know what it is yet. What would the motive be? He's out, he's cut a deal with the DA, he's working with them. Why would he haul off and end the lives? Mind you, the whole reason why he went to prison in the first place when he was a teenager was because he went in to rob a Circle K and he got $45. So, but he did have that type of weapon too then. Courtney, her daughter's boyfriend, who was the father of the 7-month-old, and the teenage son. Like this, did this man really stand there, all of them, and leave them there? Why did he drop the baby off? Why did he save the 7-month-old and save the life? There's a big part of this missing, whether he did it or not. I have a lot of questions. I'm wondering, he was working as an undercover informant. And mind you, the DA has been asked that question and they said they cannot comment on that. So was he working for them, and some of the people that he was turning in, did they catch him? Did they execute the family because of it and he's being set up for it? Or was he on substances? Because people that get off on that crazy mess, they do crazy things. They tweak out, they do things, whatever. But something is not right about this. Just the fact, I'm going to repeat this again, that they let him, the DA writes a letter and says, no, don't let him out. They finally do let him out. And then they immediately arrest him for crimes that he committed while he was in prison, that they have him on video. They could have arrested him then, right then and there. They arrest him after he gets out, bring him in, and cut a deal with him. You're going to work as an undercover informant. I wonder if it's true. Now, he has been giving interviews from the jail against his attorney's wishes. His attorney's like, no, don't speak to anybody. But he's basically saying, I have to. He's facing the DP. But is this a desperate man that's facing the DP and is just going to make up any old story? Maybe. Or is there something else going on? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. What do you think about them letting him out and then rearresting him for something that he did while he was in there? That's weird. What do you think about the DA saying we can't comment on if he was working for us undercover? What do you think about the motive? What do you think about the family saying that he was great to all of them, which that doesn't mean anything. He could have got off on some mess or done something or had some secret dealings with one of those family members and lost it. Who knows? But something weird's going on. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Other than that, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Get outside, get some pumpkin spice or something, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.